Nicolas Jackson is set to miss out the next 6 to 8 weeks with an injury. And today, my friends, I'm here to discuss all the latest news surrounding that. What Enzo Maresca had to say in the press conference, with the word discussing my match prediction for the game tomorrow against Brighton. A lot to break down. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that like button. Help with the algorithm. Guys, get me to at least 100 likes on this video. Naturally, without the things off, with everything on Nicolas Jackson, and I'll discuss the news first, and then I'll talk about my press conference, and then I'll make my match prediction. So guys, after the end, I'll give my thought, and let's get into it. Obviously, the news was broken down yesterday in the evening that we quickly found out that Nicolas Jackson was injured when he posted a photo on himself on Instagram with a mask around him, and we knew something was going on. Naturally, it was later confirmed that he is injured and he's gonna be missing the next 6 to 8 weeks. Is an hamstring injury. On the good time, maybe he'll be back by the end of March, but realistically he's not gonna be back until the April period. That means like he's gonna be missing a lot of crop of games of the next few weeks. He misses Brighton. He'll miss our game against Aston Villa, Southampton, and Leicester City, and Arsenal as well. This is a devastating loss, man. You have to also remember that Magu is injured, and Dachro Fofana, we will recall him, and he's injured as well. He may not be back. Magu may not be back until April, because you guys know Dachro Fofana's loan was cut short from Turkey, where he picked an injury on the knee. At the moment, we have zero option up front. We definitely, man, is devastating, man. Up front, we have no one. As Maresca today, like in the press conference, he said that like Nico had first the muscular injury first, and then he thought it was not really that big deal, and then he did not think it was a big deal. That's when he said like he's gonna be back on the Friday game, and then thought turned into Christopher, and then Maresca said Christopher is a solution, but he's not the only solution. He said, because as you guys know, Christopher Nkunku is not a striker. For so many times he has said it, Christopher Nkunku is an important player. With the window closing, everyone now have to help. That's what Enzo Maresca was saying in press conference. He said now we have to find a different solution to see which players can help us, because as you guys know, he said Christopher Nkunku is not a number 9. He's a midfield player. He's an attacking midfielder. As you all know, we all know this, man. Then thought turned into that what Christopher offer that Nico cannot, and then he said Nico and Christopher, they are two different players. On and off the ball, they're two different. On and off the ball, he has said it so many times, man. As you guys know, you saw it against the Brighton game. We were so bad, man, because Christopher Nkunku cannot press as can Nico press. Naturally, we cannot press up front like aggressively up front as Nico does. And as you guys saw the last game, man, we were so bad. The channels, we cannot press the same way, because this is why I wanted Mark Q to be starting games and play, but the bad time, man, it seems like we're not going to be able to now, man. That's the biggest concern. Maresca though said that sometimes we complain about the players, but when they don't play, but when the players are gone. But then you guys can see, as you guys remember, the whole fan base was focusing on Nicolas Jackson, saying he's not good enough. You definitely dismiss everything he makes his teammates better, how he makes Cole Palmer better, how he makes Madueke better up front there, and even Pedro Neto. But now we're gonna have to find another solution. As Maresca said, like Nico does not play against Brighton, and everyone was saying it's difficult to play without a number 9. This is what I've been saying, man. Enzo Maresca wanted a number 9 in summer, but the owners did not complement what he wanted. Talking about other potential solution, the solution we have to find out and experiment. Experiment, that's a key word. Remember that. Don't fool ourselves that we think we're gonna use Madueke up front, or Sancho, or Pedro Neto. I think you guys remember Pedro Neto, like Sancho has played as a false 9 in summertime. You guys saw it for like under Eric Ten Hag, and he did well the job up front there, man, as a false 9. But for me, I don't think Kunku can do that job, man. We cannot play him tomorrow as a 9. If we do that, we're gonna lose that game. Share your thought and opinion on what Enzo Maresca had to say. But to end this point, man, to end my thought on this, But one thing I want to say this, man, we were playing with fire the entire time because the owners did not help Enzo Maresca, did not complement what he wanted. And now you guys can see why Maresca was asking, get me a midfielder, get me a striker, get me a defender. But we were wasting our time on Magay. When we found out that we were not gonna get him, we wasted the whole 2 weeks. It should be something for 3 days, and we found out if we couldn't get him, let's move on. We should have went back to Strasbourg and get Andre Santos, or go to Southampton and get Leslo Gochuku back. This was not good enough, man. You seen other managers in the window get backed, and then they find success in the season because the directors and the managers, they complement what they're trying to do. They help him, they support them, they do everything in their power to help their manager. But now another window wasted. Can we now? I did not understand this, man. We brought Chalaba back, but we wanted Magay. We did not get him because we wasted 2 weeks on Magay. We knew we were not gonna get him. We went to Ipswich Town. We found out like we're gonna get this player back, like the striker, like Liam Delap, and we wasted the whole January, man. And for me, man, I wanna say this, man. The fan base don't trust the owners anymore, and the whole ownership, man. This is why you can see the hope from the fans is no longer the same. After seeing all the struggles for the last few years of having something, being in top four, being in second in the league, 2 points behind Liverpool, and we cannot even be fast on that, man. The structures in place, they were not working, man. For me, considering there was short-term solution we have to we have to go for. I keep stressing all the time, go to Goldcrest at Sporting Lisbon. We could not get him. I keep saying let's go and get Kulumwani, who went to Juve now, scoring goals for fun, man. Duram was at Aston Villa. This guy now is in Saudi, 2 games, 4 goals. Today he hit another breast, winning a goal for El Nassr with a man down, man. This was madness for me. It's absolutely criminal when these directors, how they have done this to us, man. For me, Nicolas Jackson was no longer good, man. He was running off gas. The guy could not finish 90 minutes anymore. And Maresca keep doing it. Maresca, for me, I would say he ran this player in the ground. Because it's even better, like Nicolas Jackson stayed fit this whole time, because he was burning out the whole time, and his performances get worse, and he was tired as the minutes reached like 55, 65 minutes, and he had to come off most of the time. And every time he came off, the team performance went down even more. You keep too much pressure on this young guy, Nicolas Jackson. He had to be the goal provider. This guy is like he was 2 guys in one for me, man. And all you had behind him was the teenager from Barcelona, Magay. And now you can see the problem now. And now we found ourselves injured, and now we have no striker. And for me, man, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, because this game is a must-win game. The next 4 games, we cannot lose any of those games. We cannot lose. If we win 3 games from these next 5 games and get a draw and get a loss, I'll take that. Because until when Nicolas Jackson come back, maybe Magu comes back, because we're not gonna come back by April. He may be back here. And one thing I wanna say, man, if you will make smart decision, short times, we had to make some short-term decision, man. We could not even do that, man. And for me, today I saw like this striker Chelsea used to have Diego Costa is still a free agent. We can still sign him, but is this ownership gonna go for him? He's the only striker we can go at this moment of the time. Diego Costa, can he come in and help us and help us up front? Because this is what we're gonna see now. These owners, what are they all about? Because for me, I don't think they're gonna do it, man. And one thing I wanna say, man, who allows Palmer to score is Nico, man. Is Nico on the ball and off the ball help Cole Palmer a lot? Because if you see in the Premier League, no one is on their partnership. Even until now, Cole Palmer and Nicolas Jackson have the most goal ratio by the most partnership in the league, even after when Nicolas Jackson wasn't even scoring. For me, guys, I don't think what you guys think on comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And now let's talk about my press conference and that was like my press conference. And now let's talk about the injuries, man. Enzo Maresca talked about Wesley Fofana, and he said Wesley Fofana, he has started training with us. He's been with 2 days with us, and that's a good news, man. Wesley Fofana, for me, he said it that he's gonna be back, but no one believed him, man. Enzo Maresca came back in press conference and he said, "Oh, he's gonna be gone for 12 weeks, all this and this." But now he's back in training, and then he said, "Reece James is fit and he's ready to go." But so I think he's gonna be ready to go, man. Reece James tomorrow, I saw him in the like in pictures in the training, so he's really fit. So I think he was just getting rested. But for me, I would have played in that game from Brighton. Would have had more strength in the defense, man. And then he said Badia Shield is still out. That's what he said, man. He said Benoit Badia Shield is still out, and then he said Romeo Lavia too, he's not gonna be back, man. And for me, this is a big loss, man. And especially with Romeo Lavia missing, this guy, I hope he gets fit, man. I hope he can be back before the end of the month, man. If we can have all our players back. But now, guys, before I can talk about more, but let's talk about this one, man. I hope I have to make this. I want to make this clear, because for the last couple of videos I was making, I saw some people comments. They keep saying this and this, and because I don't get this, man. People keep saying you just report the news and news and news, but why you keep doing it? I'm saying, man, I don't want to make this news. Sometimes I want to give only my own thoughts and opinions, but I am here to report to you guys. That's my job. I don't want to give my thought all the time. Sometimes I want to make the news and stuff. But guys, before we finish the video, and now let's talk about my match prediction. Maybe the key is to bring the new spark in this team is to go back to the Thomas Tuchel era by using 3-4-3. Let's talk about it, man. That's my suggestion for today, man, because we have seen the principle from behind this one, man. I think for me, what it comes from the wing backs. Up front, you can see Chris Nkunku and Cole Palmer and Jadon Sancho as players. They need to be close to the goal as the unit. In terms of how we play, it's not going to be the same way, as we're going to have Moses Caicedo and an Enzo Fernandez in the middle as the midfielders, and then we can have Jadon like Malo Gusto on the right, and we can have Pedro Neto as the wingers, as these wingers who can overrun. Because for me, what all we have left to their abilities, that's all we think we can do, man. I don't think it's gonna be a bad thing, man. We cannot be naive to think like this is gonna be the solution, but this is now what the directors have forced the manager to do. And then we can have the back line as Marcus Cucurella and Lever Cowell and James as the three center backs in the back. For me, I think this one will be good, and Jorgensen in goal. As Enzo Maresca today, he confirmed that Jorgensen now he is the #1 goalkeeper, and for me, I think that was a good news, man. My final point: if this is Maresca turn to, I hope he can use more as an extremesco style in his system. Some stuff I discussed in the last preview, I said we need to start using some wing backs, and I think for me, Pedro Neto can play as a proper wing back, and Malo Gusto can do that. Either we can overload one side to break the team down. Can we do that? Because we need to be close to the goal as much as possible, man, because now we have lacked the ability to press up front with the best of our capabilities. And now I think the formation change, the teams are not going to know what we're going to be bringing next one. And for me, I think Enzo Maresca should go back to the system he was using at the beginning of the season, where he was changing every single game, because teams are not figuring him out, and now they know how he plays. And for me, it's a rare opportunity some PL striker Magniti to join this team. I think he had some strong to start to the PLT, and I think for me, Magniti will be a good striker for us. Can he have capability to play at a higher level, to play guys who are more physical than him, guys who are more stronger than him and more experienced than him? And I think for me, Magniti can do that. I'm not sure, but this guy's ability to press, to run, he's not afraid to run challenges and to run after players. For me, man, I think Magniti would be a good player. I don't think he has technical ability to run players, but he'll do a good job, better than most players, man. So guys, let me know in the comment down below what are your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if it's your first time, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and take care of yourself, and God bless you.